What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the homestead. Welcome back. Well, it's another Talk About It Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about it. Today we're going to talk about the completion of the goat enclosure. I was going to do it in a couple series video, but I felt like just putting up fence kind of will get a little mundane and boring for y'all, so I did the one video on it, and I figured we'd talk about it today and some of the future things that I'm going to add to it. And the goats should be here this week, sometime in one of these evenings after I get off work. I'm supposed to go pick it up. I believe we're going to start with 1 buck and 3 does, and we'll go from there. Pretty excited about it. I was able to get the fence done this weekend, get everything enclosed, and I sure do like this gate that's behind me though. If you look at it, let me show you. This gate right here is actually for a dog kennel. I ended up having to take the hinges off on this side and get some different hardware to make it work like a traditional gate. But the cool thing about it is it has its own gate inside the gate with double latches. So when I want to just go in and out and feed the goats or have my granddaughter go in with me to play with the goats and to hang out, I don't have to open up the big gate. I can just open up the small gate. I think it's going to be a lot easier. It'll allow me to just be able to chain the big gate instead of having to put a latch on it. I thought about putting another smaller gate somewhere else in the fence line, but with the wood prices right now and those corner posts and everything that I would have had to do to be able to pull that off, it was actually cheaper just to buy that gate, and it's a real good gate. It's well made. It turned out real nice. But let me go ahead and show you what the goat enclosure looks like, and then after that we'll talk about a couple of things that I plan on adding to it, and also something I'm going to do to incorporate a different type of animal in there with the goats. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Well, guys, what do you think? What do you think? I like it. I think the goats are going to have a good time in here. It's got 2 natural trees that's already fell in here, and I decided to leave. They got natural arches on them. I think it'll be real cool for the goats to play on. And I will be adding a couple more little structures in here, a little playground for them to play. But it's plenty of room for 4 goats to start out with. I will be adding another section. I've already got all the material to do it on the back side there. Going a little bit deeper into thicket. I'll be getting started on that probably in the next couple of weeks. I just wanted to get this main paddock built, just be able to get the 4 that I'm getting on the way, and that way I can expand later. As you can see behind me where the gate is here, and the other corners whenever we did the walk around there, that there's 2x4s going diagonal from top to bottom. And what that's for, I could have simply just put a post at an angle from the bottom of one to the corner post, and that would have held with the pulling the fence tight and everything. But what I plan on doing on all 4 corners here is I'm actually going to do a little roof on every corner. And I live in Florida, and we have hurricanes and strong winds, and I also live real close to 2 lakes, so the wind out here gets a little crazy. So what I decided to do is do an H pattern with the corners, and then add the 2x4s in an X pattern, which would allow whenever I build the little roofs over every corner, it'll cut down on the wood that I need, because I'll be able to incorporate the posts that I already have and maybe only add like 1 more post, and it'll really strengthen it for high winds and everything. A couple of them I've only got 1 brace going to each corner. I will be adding another one. I'll bring you guys along with me whenever I build those little lean-tos for all the goats to be able to get out the weather and to keep their feet out of the weather and water. Another exciting thing that I'm going to do is we're going to incorporate the chickens in with the goats, because out here in the swamp we got a lot of ticks. So I'm going to be getting some guineas and some roosters and some chickens, and I want to be able to make it to where the chickens can free range with the goats, but only whenever I want them to. So what I'm going to do is incorporate the chicken run to the goat paddock and put a little drop door in between the two. Let me show you what I got going on here. Show you what I'm thinking. Actually, what I'm planning on doing is taking this little storage shed I got for free right here. It's a pretty sturdy shed. I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos. I moved a bigger shed for a guy across this property, and he didn't want this one, so I loaded it up on the trailer and brought it on home. It's kind of too small to really store a lot of stuff in, so I think it'll make a perfect chicken coop. So we'll be converting that here shortly. I'll bring you guys along with that. I got some pretty good ideas for it. It's going to be fun. But as you can see right there's the goat fence right behind it. So we're going to make a chicken run in between this coop right here all the way to the goat fence. And then I will frame out a little drop door right here that'll be hooked onto a rope that I can just pull the rope, and it'll slide the door straight up like that, and have a little hook there where I can hook the chain and let the chickens free roam with the goats. And then in the evenings, whenever it's time for them to come back in and they get back into their coop, just go ahead and undo the door and let it slide back down so no predators can get in. But I think that'll be a neat way to incorporate the two together. The chickens will be able to go around and scratch up a lot of stuff, get a lot of the insects, and mainly get all the ticks and stuff, which will keep the ticks and a lot of the bugs off of the goats. So it's kind of a win-win. Kind of let them work together so they both live a little better. Backed up to a swamp, so we have a lot of predators out here, and every predator loves chickens, boy, let me tell you what. So we will be right off the rip building a predator-proof chicken coop and run, and I will bring you guys along with that. I got some good ideas with that. I've already bought all the material that I need. We're not going to go with just standard little chicken wire, because I don't know if you know, but raccoons can actually eat through chicken wire, and we got a lot worse out here than raccoons. Matter of fact, I had a black bear attack my deer feeder last year. So whatever we build out here, we're going to have to build it. We're going to have to build it tough. So excited about that. I got a pretty good plan in mind. I'm going to bring you guys along with that. Can't wait for it. We're actually going to be starting that here real soon. My main priority was getting the infrastructure and the enclosure done for the goats, because the goats are on their way and I wanted to get them settled. So we're going to build a couple of lean-tos for them to be able to get them out of the weather, keep their food dry and everything. As soon as I get that done, we're going to turn our focuses straight to the chickens and get the chicken coop and run situated. Looking forward to it. Well guys, that's really all I got for this Talk About It Tuesday. I just wanted to touch base with you, kind of let you know that the goat enclosure is done, and I'm excited about it. Boy, I tell you what, it kicked my butt putting it through the thicket. It is thick out here. But I think the goats are going to help me clear it on out here. And as they clear out a section, I'm going to add another section and move them to them and just start cycling them around and let them help me get this property cleared off. We got about 7 acres of woods out here. I want to get all the underbrush cleared, which would be good for the goats and good for me. Well, I'm glad y'all stopped by for another Talk About It Tuesday, and hopefully here real soon this week I'll be able to bring y'all a video showing the goats coming home. But until we get a chance to see each other again, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and make sure you share it on your social media. It sure does help us out a lot. Me and Poppy appreciate it a great deal. And for all the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. And until we see each other again, come on, let's go homestead.